Good morning, all. Today we are going to deal with the topic relay ladder logic. This is basically a very important topic. Many university questions are usually asked from this topic. To begin with, we will give a basic introduction to relays. You have already studied a lot about relays in power system, but the relays which are coming here is quite different because the relays which were you have learned over there is the high power relays. But here basically the relay is just acts like a switch. It is just meant to either open a contact or close a contact. These relays are very important components in a PLC hardware. Basically, there are two types of relays. One is latching type and other is non-latching type. Latching type is the one basically which controls huge flow of current with basically a very small electrical impulse. That means this relays require an additional electrical impulse to control its on as well as off operation. Such sort of relays are known as uh, latching relays. Non-latching relays are those which remains in turn-on position as long as that relays are energized. They don't need a specific or a special impulse signal to control its on and off operation. That is the basic difference between a latching relay and non-latching relay. Next, we are going to look into the relay logic. Actually, this relay logic is the method which is used to implement a logic. A logic means it can be a combinational logic in electrical control circuits by using numerous relays. Actually, this combinational logic can be even the uh, logic gates operation, which you are quite familiar, and or nor XOR gate, etc. We will be realizing those gates using relays. How these gates can be realized using relays. This is actually another important section. Why? Because usually in all university question papers, one of this will be generally asked, like how one can realize the AND gate using a relay logic, how one can realize the XOR gate using a relay logic. Usually I have seen this in one or other question papers. So actually this relay ladder logic is used to implement combinational logic circuit using different relays. How a relay ladder logic circuit looks like is what I am going to show you next. This is how a relay ladder logic diagram seems to be. You will be able to see two vertical lines here. What is it actually? I will say it in the coming slides, and there are numerous horizontal lines. And if you are looking here in this numerous horizontal lines, you will be able to see different types of switches. This is actually push button switch. These are the contact relays. CR1, CR2, CR3, etc. are the contact relays. This is light. This is actually motor. So these are the coils which are used to control this contact relays. CR1 is the coil used to control the contact relay CR1, and CR2 is the coil which is used to control the contact relay CR2. CR3 is similarly used to control the relay CR3. So here if you see this relay ladder logic diagram, it is being used to control this light and this motor in the combinational way, like how by using a while which push button switch is pushed, this light has to be on, while which push button switch is open, this motor has to be on. Such sort of different combinations you can provide. That depends upon the way how you have programmed inside the PLC. So this is the basic logic what we will be using in relay ladder logic diagram. This is the relay ladder logic diagram. This complete. In this relay ladder logic diagram, these vertical lines it is through this vertical lines we are providing the power supply to the components which are present in this horizontal lines. So these vertical lines are also known as rails. These vertical lines are in fact called as rails, and there's numerous horizontal lines are there, and these horizontal lines are called as rungs, not rings, it's rungs, RUNGS. In this each rung, if you see, each rung is meant to control a output device. In this first rung we will be controlling this relay coil. In the second rung also we will be controlling another relay coil, and in this rung, if you see, we will be controlling this motor. So each rung will be in fact controlling a particular output. These rungs are fitted between this positive and this ground rails. As I mentioned before, through this positive rail and this ground rail, we will be providing supply to this output devices. If you are looking here, you might get a doubt. Actually, for this relays, I am using two different symbols. See, this is contact relay 1, this is contact relay 2, this is contact relay 3. Why this contact relay 3 is having this symbol which is different from the other two contact relays is contact relay 3 is actually in normally closed position, whereas contact relay 1 and contact relay 2, they both are actually in normally open position. In fact, all relays are contacts, just simply they act as switch. So if you look here, this contact relay 1 and contact relay 2 are just like open switches, whereas contact relay 3 is similar to a closed switch. That's why this symbol is being different from that of the other relays. All that things which are discussed about relay ladder logic in the previous slide are depicted here as points. You can just go through this. Okay, the basic definition of rails, the basic definition of rungs, all are given, and this is the example which I took for giving you the explanation of relay ladder logic. These are the explanation for the symbols which are used in the ladder logic. Next, we are going to look into how this AND, basically the logic gates, how this AND or NAND XOR gates are realized using this ladder logic. So if you are seeing here, first we will be realizing the AND gate. You are very aware about, or you have already learned about the truth table of this AND gate. So this is actually the truth table. So if you are looking into the truth table, only, as you know, only when both the inputs are high, the output will be high in the case of a AND gate. So these inputs are realized using relays. See, input A is realized using this relay, and input B is realized using this relay. So as you can see, both these are normally open contact relays. So when this signal A, or when this input A is high, it remains closed. When it is 0, it remains open. Similarly with the case of B also. So for the first in the truth table, if you look into the first row, when these two signals are 0, that means these two relays remain open. At that time you will be getting the output as 0, because whatever electrical signal you will be giving it here, you won't be getting it here because these two contacts are open. Similarly, if any of these contacts are open, that is next to two lines or next to two rows, if any of these two contacts are open, in that case also this electric circuit is incomplete and you won't be getting the output. While looking into the last row, both the inputs are high. That means both this relay contacts remain closed. So in that case, whatever electrical signal you are giving it here, you will be getting it as output. So this is how you are realizing this AND truth table using ladder logic. Not in fact ladder logic, this is actually relay logic. We will be saying it as a relay ladder logic when numerous combinational lines are there, or when numerous or when a big logic circuit has to be realized. This is actually a only single line is present here, so this can't be said to be a ladder logic, but we can say it as a relay logic. Hopefully this AND gate is clear for all of you now. Next we are looking into the OR gate realization, or how this OR gate or logic gate can be realized using relay logic. So this is the truth table of OR gate. Here also you know that only the OR gate gives output if either of the input signals are high or both are high. So how to realize the circuit? By using two relays. These are the two relays. These two relays are actually connected in parallel. So you will be able to know from here, if any of these relays are closed, then definitely you will be getting the output here from the input side. Or even if both the relays are closed also, you will be getting the output signal here. So you will be able to look into each step from this, and this is how we are realizing the OR gate using relay logic. I will just give you the explanation of NAND gate also. Remaining gates you have to learn it by yourself, because by this you will be getting the basic understanding of relay logic. So for realization of NAND gate, we have to look into the truth table of NAND gate first. If you are looking into the truth table, you will be able to see that the output remains low only when both the inputs are high. Only in this particular operation the output remains low. For all other cases the output remains high. So this is possible, or this logic gate realization is possible only if we are using the not normally open contacts. We will be using the normally closed contacts or normally closed relays. So the relays which are used here is normally closed ones. So this normally closed relays means in the initial condition it remains closed. So in this case 0 0, so 0 means it's closed, this is also closed, so definitely you will be getting the output because the path is complete, the electric circuit is complete. Similarly, if you are looking into this particular operation, so in this case this A is equal to 0 indicates that this normally closed relay is closed. B is equal to 1 indicates that this particular relay is open. Still you will be getting the output from the input side. So while looking into the third row, it's same. Let's look into the fourth row. Fourth row indicates the input A is 1. That means this normally closed relay will be open, and input B is also 1. That also indicates that this normally closed relay is open. So in this case you will not be getting the input to the output side, or you will not be able to supply the output with the input electrical signal. So definitely you will not be getting the output, so the output remains as 0. So any of those logic gates are usually asked for the university exam. Anyone will be generally asked by just drawing this truth table and the concerned relay logic diagram. You will be able to score the marks. Similarly, XOR gate realization and NOT gate realization is also there. This slide is actually giving you more examples, like how different logic combinations, because in the previous slides we have just studied either NAND or AND or XOR alone, but here in this case we will be using the combinations of it, because if you are looking at here you will be able to know here both OR and operations are there, OR operation and operation is also there. How we can realize this combination of logic gates? By using relay logic, and the corresponding diagram is shown here. Similarly, these two examples also, just go through it, it's very important. You have to draw the truth table of this, and then you have to realize this by yourself. Next we are looking into the PLC instruction code. Only if you are aware about this PLC instruction code, or only if you know this PLC instruction code, you will be able to do the PLC programming. Just like how you have studied the programming in microprocessor, you have learned move A, comma B, such sort of instructions you have already studied in microprocessor, but here the code is different, and the description of the code along with its codes are given here. You must learn this because in your syllabus this is also very clearly mentioned, that instruction code, PLC programming. So definitely you must know this instruction code and their description. Each and every rung is actually the horizontal lines. Each and every rung will be started with instruction L, either LD or LDI. That is the first two instructions which are mentioned here. Actually, this LD and LDI, the distinguishing feature between these two is the relays nature, whether it's actually an open contact or a closed contact. All other instructions are also in the same manner, A and D, A and I. And the distinguishing feature between these two is whether the contact is open or closed. Similarly, with this case also. And definitely the last line will be this. Let's look into the PLC programming of AND gate. Here it is given. It's just a simple program. It just consists of 3 lines. The first instruction, LDA, is indicating the starting of rung with a open contact A. LD indicates starting of this horizontal line, and we are starting it with A. That's why it's given LDA. Next line, AND B. AND B, AND indicates that this relay is connected in series with it. Since it's not I, it indicates that the relay is open contact, and the output is X. Comparing with the programming which you have learned in microprocessor, the instructions as well as the programming here is quite more simple. Similarly, just like how we have realized the AND gate and logic gate using relay logic and PLC programming, same manner you will be able to see how this OR gate realization is achieved using relay logic as well as programming. This is another combinational relay logic circuit. In fact, it is actually a ladder diagram, a relay ladder diagram. See, these are actually the rails and these are the rungs. So you will be able to see 2 rungs here, even though the output remains common. There are 2 rungs. So you can look into the instructions. LD represents the starting of this rung. And here is also there is another LD that represents the starting of this rung. Here LD X1 because this rung is starting with X1. Since it's not a closed, we are indicating as LD only. If it was closed, we would have indicated as LDI. Here also, if you look into this, we will be starting it with LD X5. We have to first complete one run, then we have tried the instruction for the next run. So AND X2. See here we are using a closed contact, so that's why we are writing it as ANA. Next AND X4. Similarly, we have tried it for this run also, and then these 2 runs are to be ORed this particular point. So that is given here, OR B, and finally the output is out OI3. So in this manner, see how easily you will be able to write the programming. See, that is the main benefit part of this PLC. If you know the logic circuit, or if you know the combinational logic circuit, and if you are just know this few instructions, you don't have to learn lots of descriptions or lots of instructions and all. You can realize any combinational circuit by using just this few instructions. That is the best part of this PLC programming. See, this is just an indication. Here if you will be looking into it, you can see there are actually different programming devices, and in this programming device, if you look into the slide very keenly, you will be able to see the instructions which are given here: LDM, ANIX, ORY, just like how you used to do microprocessor programming in the lab. So this is instructions which we are using for PLC programming, and you will be able to see the instructions which we have explained very clearly here. So this is how the programming is being done. In this slide, I am just giving the previous year questions which came definitely in the university question paper. What is PLC, basic architecture, all these things are discussed in the previous classes. And if you look into the question numbers 9 to 12, all those things are described in today's class. Basic instructions used in ladder logic has been asked. Realization of and or not logic in PLC, ladder logic. It's not ladder logic, it's ladder logic. And then draw the ladder diagram of NAND NOR. And you are also asked to write the program for these two expressions. So you must be thorough with the instructions, their descriptions, and how to draw the ladder logic diagram, and what all does the symbol indicates. All this you must be thorough. Then only you will be able to answer the last question. Okay. So today session we are finishing it here. Tomorrow we will start with this counters and timers. That is the next topic in the 6th module. Thank you.